Hi guys, this is a review for quiz 6 for Math 120. It has to do with normal distributions. Remember that means bell-shaped, and they give you the mean, which is mu. So this is about IQ scores for this case. So we have an IQ score mean is 100 and sigma standard deviation is 15. And they want to know what's the probability that if you randomly select one person, their IQ score will be less than 110. So see how I drew it? The mean's right down the middle. 110 is a little bit to the right. So we want that probability less than 110. And area corresponds to probability. So basically we have to find the area of this shaded thing. But I mean, I don't know how to find the area of some weird looking shape like that. So what you got to do is take out those sheets that I gave you. I gave you attachments for these sheets. It has positive z-scores and negative z-scores. So basically what we got to do is convert these x's to z's using that formula. So remember that formula, you guys. How do you convert an x to a z? X is just a data value. Remember doing this? So basically we just got to plug in. So our x is our data value. That's 110. That's like person's IQ that we're trying to find less than. The mean is 100 and the standard deviation is 15. So that's 10 over 15. So I think that gives you 0.666, so 0.67. So I usually redraw this. So now we're talking about z's, and right down the middle z is 0. Over here you have 0.67 for the z. So it looks just like this picture, but instead of 110 we have 0.67. Instead of 100 we have 0 for z's, okay? So now this is when you got to whip out this thing, this table. So we go, okay, what is our z? So actually we're trying to find probably that z is less than 0.67. That's what we're doing now. So the way the table works is you go, okay, I got a z-score. It's 0.67, so you go to the positive z side, okay? So it's 0.67, so you want to go down the first column till you see 0.6. And then but it's 0.67, so then you want to go across to the column that says 0.7. So you're getting where the 0.6 on the left row intersects with the 0.07 on the column, okay guys? So when you do that, if you're looking at your, I don't know if I can get it, but it's 0.7486. So you go to the 0.6 row 0.07 column and get the number. And so what that number is, it's 0.7486. So think of it this way, 74.86% of the people will have IQ scores that are less than 110. That's how you can interpret that. If they ask you number 2, how about if they ask you greater than? So this says less than. The way this table works is it gives you the area less than. What if they ask you a question with a greater than? Well, you got to do the same thing to start with. You got to convert your x to a z. So 130 minus 100 divided by 15. So that's 30 divided by 15. I think you get a 2.00. So actually what you're trying to find is probably z is greater than 2. So what do? You go to the positive z side again because it's a positive z. I can redraw it. Right down the middle, z is 0. Here is z equals 2.00. We want the area to the left, to the right, sorry. This time we want greater than. It's supposed to be bell-shaped. I'm not drawing very good. Okay, so what do? You do this exact same thing, you guys. You take out your positive z, you look down for 2.0, so it's way down here, and it's 0.00, so it's the first column. So you get 0.9772, okay? So you get 0.9772. Make sure I'm getting the same numbers in my notes. Yeah, so, but actually that's giving you the area to the left, because that's the way this table works. If you even look at the picture on the top, it's shaded to the left. But we don't want the area to the left, we want the area to the right. The whole area is 1, so you just got to do minus 0.9772 on your calculator. And when you do that, you get 0.0228. So think of it this way, you guys. If you multiply that by 100%, that's 2.28% of the people are really smart and they have IQs that are greater than 130, okay? So these questions though, if you notice the way that they're worded, is they say if one person is randomly selected. The third question Has to do with that central limit theorem that if you read about it in the notes, but I'll try to explain it to you. This time we're talking about what if we ask a bunch of people? Like instead of just one person, we're gonna pick out a bunch of people. So say we have our IQs again, right? The mean is 100, the standard deviation is 15. But this time we're gonna ask 36 adults. We're gonna sample 36 adults. And we wanna know, find the probability that their mean of the sample is less than, I think I said 95. Okay, so you want to figure out not just one person now, you want to figure out 36 people. So I go about it the same way. I draw it down the middle and we do 95, right? So 95 is to the left, it's over here. So we want this, you guys. We want that area. Okay, so you know, it's almost the same thing as what we did before. The other one said one random person selected. This is 36. So the only difference, you guys, when they're talking about a sample, when you convert the x to a z, you got to do one extra thing. You got to divide the standard deviation by the square root of n. And what is n? N is the 36, the sample size. Okay, so when we do this, we're going to do 95 minus 100 divided by sigma is 15 over the square root of n, which is 36. Okay, so what do we get? Ooh, we're going to get minus. That's okay. We just have to go to the minus z side. So we get minus 5 over 15, and the square root of 36 is 6, right? So if you do that on your calculator, you get minus 5 over 2.5. Guess what, you guys? That's exactly minus 2.00. So if I redrew this, let me do it over here because I'm running out of room. If I redrew it, so now I have z equals 0. I have z equals negative 2.00. We want the area to the left of that because we want less than, right? So what do we got to do? We got to go to our tables that I gave you. You want to go to the negative side, right? And you want to look for negative 2.0 on this first column, and then it's 0.00, so you want to go to the next column over. So you guys got 0.00 on the top. So I think you get 0.0228. 0.0228. So that's giving you the area to the left. That's the way it works. So that means, that would be the answer, you guys. So that means if you had 36 people with a population mean and a standard deviation of 15, what would be the probability that the sample mean is less than 95 for those 36 people? It would be 0.0228, so 2.28% of the people would have IQs less than 95. Okay, so the only difference in between on number 3 for this quiz is when you do the z, you got to do the square root of n, the sample size on the bottom. Okay, you guys, that's the only difference. Then it's the exact same procedure. Okay, if you have any questions, I can do more videos. You can ask me questions at our Zoom meetings. Okay, see you guys.